glass is, it's way high and you can't touch it or get close, but
Beautiful. Very pretty. Very pretty.
the window came in 1959. If you'd like to come on back, we'll talk about the window while we're here.
It is though. It took a lot of hours.
It did.
So they got.
I think they worked on this for...
Saul
Mhm.
and where Paul.
Well, same, that's just,
They didn't
he
put Paul on
hasn't
there.
been, he hasn't been converted yet
Oh,
in
that's
the story.
right. And what's that? Is that the reason why?
Yeah, that at this point in the story, he's still Saul, and he has not had his name changed to Paul
Uh-huh.
in the biblical story.
Yeah.
The window was put in 1959. We had been open 6 years, but they waited, the upper room waited until the chapel was paid for, the carving was paid for, and then we commissioned the window. It was made in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, here in the States. And from what I can tell, it took about a year from the time the contract was struck until it was delivered. Before that, we just had cathedral glass, a plain green cathedral glass. But the plans were, when they built the chapel, they wanted a pipe organ. So they made a place for it, which is directly above us. And they wanted this window. And the story is, when the upper room, the very first devotional guide was being, the devotional pages were actually being printed, but we didn't have a name yet. It was just, and you probably heard that maybe in the DVD. Dr. Grover Emmons, who was our founding editor, was in a service in another state, and he heard this man talking about what had happened with the disciples in the event of Pentecost and the Holy Spirit working within them and their experience in the Last Supper, those two upper room events. And so Dr. Emmons got up out of the worship service, went to a telegraph office and wired Nashville and said, call it the upper room. He said the pages were printed, we just didn't have a name for it yet. And so years later, in the 50s, when this chapel was built, they wanted to focus on two upper room events. So we have Pentecost in the large center circles, the top medallion, which we can see better from inside, but the top one has the disciples in an upstairs upper room. And the Holy Spirit is the descending golden dove. And there's a golden drop above the head of each disciple. And if you want to go up to the choir loft and look at the top, you certainly are welcome to.
Oh, there's a stairway.
We'll open it up.